Hi everyone! Welcome to my YouTube channel at Art by Kenzie. I'm Kenzie and today we're going to paint a painting of a dragon. This video is pretty much a sped up video of my entire painting of the dragon, and you can simply follow along. You can slow it down if you'd like. It's pretty simple to paint. It's just a mixture of colors, of the following colors actually: titanium white, raw umber, burnt sienna, green gray, neutral gray, Mars black, primary yellow, Paynes Gray, Aqua Green, light blue violet, brilliant purple, Dioxazine Purple, Phthalo Blue, Prussian Blue, Phthalo Green, Sap Green, Cobalt Blue, and Cerulean Blue, and Quinacridone Magenta. So add those to your palette and let's get painting. To start off, I'm working on a 12 by 18 mixed media paper that's been quadruple primed with white acrylic gesso. And I'm going to go ahead and spritz that down with some water. Even when primed with acrylic gesso, mixed media paper tends to absorb water quite rapidly and makes painting with acrylic sometimes difficult on this type of canvas, even though it's primed. But it's super easy to remedy, and like I said, just spritz it down with some water, make sure there's no drips, and then just start painting. You can see here I'm using a bunch of dark colors to paint in some trees in the foreground. I'm painting these in messily, just trying to map out my painting and where I want the trees to be. I'm now going over with some aqua, light blue violet, and even some brilliant purple and titanium white to blend it out, so I'm making a foggy atmosphere. So I'm going to bring that up into the sky as well, adding more green in some area, and more blues and purples and yellows in the other area. I do want a section of my sky brightened up, so like as if there's stormy clouds around the dragon, and perhaps some smoke around the dragon as well. You know, a fire-breathing dragon will leave smoke, right? So anywho, I'm just painting and mixing and using easy peasy brush strokes. Nothing is quite defined. I don't want anything to be extremely clear. I want the focus to be on the dragon. So that being said, I'm also painting intuitively, so it may seem like some of the stuff is repetitious, and it may be, but sometimes that's just part of the process. So keep on adding in your paint. So now I'm going in with titanium white and primary yellow, and I'm creating that bright spot in the sky that I was talking about. So I want it to be brighter in the center and then off towards the upper left side of my canvas. So that will be that little bright pocket of sun. And I'm just going to add some of this yellow and purple to tone down the yellow, brilliant purple that is. And that is just going to make it so it's not as bright, because behind the trees it's going to be semi-bright, but it can't be that bright because we do have the forest. So then you can see I did dry off my canvas because it was a little wet, and all the colors just kept mixing in, and I did not want to create a mud color. Mud is like sometimes good, but not always. So once it was dried off, then I went back in with the blue and the greens, and I made that sky color that I went in with. And then now I'm just going to add in some darker colors to create some trees in the background. So we're not going in with the full-on deep dark colors just yet. We will get to that, but for now we're going to use a mixture of Dioxazine Purple, Aqua Green, and maybe some light blue violet, and even titanium white. As you can see in the forest, some of the trees I'm creating more defined trees where you can see the brush and the branches off of them, or you're tapping down your pine trees. And other ones I'm just pulling up to give the feeling of there's trees back there, just so they don't need to be detailed, because faraway trees will not be detailed. Because we started off with a darker colored sky, brightening it up might be a little bit tricky, but we will get there. Now I'm actually taking a little bit of the neutral gray and titanium white and adding in a little bit of some gray areas for some fog, but I didn't really want it toned because it will be toned by the colors behind it. But now I'm going in with a fan brush, a large fan brush, and creating some more foliage with that gray color that we used. I may be adding a little bit of green or blues to it depending on where it is, or even purples too. But because it's still like in the background, coming towards the midground, these ones will be kind of sort of hidden, some more defined than others, just like we were doing before. And now I'm going to go in with a darker hue, maybe some phthalo green and some blues and some maybe Paynes Gray and purple, and maybe some titanium white to create this darker shade, and Cobalt Blue too. Just keep painting in your trees. These are going to be more like in the midground. I know I'm painting some closer towards us, but we'll play over those with a darker shade. I do want some closer and some farther, so we'll see how those play out. But we are getting close to our dragon, you guys, so I hope you're doing well. I hope you're following along. Now I'm going in with some lighter color, still cooler than the color behind it. The trees behind it is a bit warmer. Now we're coming in with some shadowed trees. Please remember that this video is sped up. It is not in real time. And that if you need to, you can go ahead and slow it down using the YouTube gear setting tools in the upper right hand corner. Just click that and you can slow it down to a quarter the speed, half the speed, or even speed it up if you want to. You can also fast forward, rewind, play it all the way through, and then start it over again. It's really useful actually. YouTube is really easy to create these videos because you can just go back and forth wherever you need to. As you can see now, I'm creating some more green colored trees and bringing in some color to the painting, although I don't want this painting to be super colorful. Just keep that in mind. You can make yours colorful, but I really want it more towards a grayscale with a touch of color. Before I started my dragon, I did dry off my canvas. That is super important. You do not want the sky or the trees below the dragon to be any sort of wet whatsoever, because your paint colors will mix together and you don't want that. So I'm just using a mixture of the cool tones of purples and blues and whites and maybe Paynes Gray or Mars Black in there just to create a gray shaded dragon. But you can slow this part down if you need to follow along with the design, but feel free to add in color if you want. Your dragon can be any color of the rainbow. But simply follow along with the highlights. So now I'm just adding some highlights to the back side of the dragon where the sun is going to catch it, as well as underneath his wings. So the sun will hit some of the underside of his wings, not the entire wingspan, but some of it. And I'm also going to add in some clouds or some smoke around the dragon too. So like I said, nothing is really defined in this painting. It's all going to be, I don't know why I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it just won't come. But anyways, nothing needs to be precise because it's all going to be sort of blended in together, and then you'll have this magical, mystical masterpiece. While you're following along, if you do like this video, please remember to click that like button, and if you haven't yet, remember to hit that subscribe button to be notified of any new videos or content or tutorials that I make for you guys. Also, I love to hear your feedback, so please feel free to leave a comment below. Now I'm just going in with a darker shade of that same color and adding some shadows in. Remember that you do want that contrast in there. It's really important to have some contrast. So you want some light and dark areas. Now I'm going in with some of that shadowy color that I was talking about. Or not shadowy color, the fog color. I'm adding an additional highlight, so that was more of a mid-tone, sorry about that. But now I'm going in with some more highlights, making sure that I hit the dragon's backside and some of the wingspan too. But I'm also adding in some clouds and some smoke that are either coming from the dragon or from the smog below, maybe from the forest, maybe the fog is lifting up, or the clouds, who knows. In my vision for this painting, I wanted the dragon to sort of come through the clouds or the smoke around it. So that's what I kind of wanted to create here, the illusion of the dragon coming through it and it kind of taking form in front of your eyes. So I hope that's the effect that we end up creating, and I hope that's the effect that you achieve, if you want to achieve that effect. But can you keep going in with the cloud coverage and the smoke or smog or whatever you want it to be, and just go around the wings and down into the forest. Don't forget about the forest too, because we need it down below. So these are either going to be up high in the clouds in the mountains, or maybe, like I said, from the fire from the dragon's mouth. It'd be kind of cool if you added a fire, actually, from the dragon's mouth, maybe into the forest or something. You never know where painting can take you. Okay, so now I'm taking that dark shadowy color and going in and fixing the dragon's horns, I guess you could call them. I don't know if they're horns or yeah, they're horns, I guess. And those little additional horns that come out from its face. So we're going to continue adding that in with the dark color and then highlight some of the face, and then we'll add in some dark, some little spots for the eyes. As we wrap up our painting, I'm just going to add in a few additional trees, maybe some darker trees, just to add in those final details at the end of your painting. Of course, you don't have to follow along. Of course, you don't have to do this part or add in any additional trees if you don't feel necessary. I just want to add in some additional color, just a little bit of color, and some additional foliage. Anywho, as we wrap up this painting, I do want to say thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you wish to be notified of any new content uploaded to this channel. Please feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys below. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Okay, bye.